You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Monday, July 16th, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com, and it's the top 5 things to know in the market on Monday. First thing to know is Trump is to meet Putin in Helsinki. U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are set to hold their first standalone meeting in Helsinki this morning. The two leaders will have a 90-minute one-on-one meeting scheduled to start at 1:20 p.m. local time, joined only by their interpreters. They will then be joined by aides for a 2-hour expanded meeting and working lunch at the presidential palace. The leaders will cap off their time in Finland with a joint press conference at 4:50 p.m. local time, which is 9:50 a.m. Eastern. Geopolitical analysts expect Putin to urge Trump to soften sanctions imposed over Ukraine, while Trump said he will press Putin on everything from allegations of meddling in the 2016 U.S. election to the war in Syria. However, neither side expects the one-day summit to yield major policy breakthroughs, given the battered state of U.S.-Russia relations. Second thing to know today is Bank of America and Netflix kick off a busy week of earnings. There are about 60 S&P 500 companies reporting earnings in the week ahead, including 7 Dow stocks in what will be the first big week of the second quarter earnings season. Analysts have said they are expecting another strong quarter, with earnings growth at around 21%, according to Thomson Reuters data. However, the reason is being clouded by trade tensions and their impact on corporate profits, with analysts likely to scrutinize outlook statements to see if companies discuss the impact of Donald Trump's trade policies on future spending plans, input costs, and profitability. Third thing to know today is U.S. retail sales are in focus. Monday's calendar features the biggest economic data point of the week. The Commerce Department will publish data on retail sales for June at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, which should lend further support to the notion that the economy is on solid footing. The consensus forecast is that the report will show retail sales rose 0.5% last month. Excluding the automobile sector, sales are expected to increase 0.4%. Fourth thing to note today is Wall Street is set to open at 5-month highs. U.S. stock futures look set to kick off the week on an upbeat note, with the major indices on track to open at 5-month highs, as investors focused on the upcoming corporate earnings season. And the fifth thing to note today is oil prices slip as the market eyes supply increases. Oil prices were lower to start the week as market focus shifted toward possible supply increases, even as a Norwegian union for workers on offshore oil and gas drilling rigs stepped up a 6-day strike. U.S. West Texas Intermediate WTI crude was down 50 cents, or around 0.7%, at $69.45 a barrel, and Brent crude futures were down 20 cents at 0.3%. That's $75.13 a barrel. Our second story today is from investing.com. Trading app Robinhood expands cryptocurrency offering. Cryptocurrencies may be in a bear market, but the free stock trading app Robinhood is adding 2 more currencies to its increasingly popular platform. Users will now be able to buy and sell Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, both top 10 cryptos, along with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Robinhood says the move is in response to interest from users. Our third story today is from investing.com. FANG surge leads stock market recovery, putting Netflix in the spotlight. The FANGs have gotten their bite back, and they're helping Wall Street erase the wrenching correction that beset it in February. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google's parent Alphabet have led the technology and consumer discretionary sectors back to record high levels in recent days. Whether they can haul the wider market over that threshold likely hinges on the rush of quarterly scorecards due soon from the 4 of them, starting with Netflix late on Monday. A star performer in the quartet of the so-called FANG stocks that have fueled the market's gain in recent years, Netflix has surged 106.2% year-to-date, leading the S&P 500 and making it one of Wall Street's most closely watched stocks. Our final story today is also from investing.com. Commodities week ahead. Oil bulls are under siege. And is there a shock for coffee bears? Energy traders and investors will be warily watching U.S. crude this week to see how far below $70 per barrel oil might fall and whether it recovers, a phenomenon likely after oil's sharpest one-day price tumble in 2 years last week and losses so far during July. On the broader commodities front, the worsening U.S.-China trade war will potentially take center stage again, hammering prices of most natural resources. The Bloomberg Commodities Index, a measure of 26 raw materials, lost 2.7% during that week. That was the most since February. Soybeans were the hardest hit, falling 6.5% to a near-decade low as China's duties on U.S. supplies took effect. Even so, some commodities may rebound on improving fundamentals. Arabica, for instance, could soon land a sting on coffee bears who misread Brazil's bumper harvest, say veteran traders who've started amassing longer-dated futures for the bean. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, July 26, 2018, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Trade smart and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com.